Welcome to another episode of the Love Works podcast. We are your hosts, Calvin.
And the Patrice.
And we are so glad to be here with you guys and share this video. If you're watching this video is pertaining to you. If you feel like there is something attacking your marriage, you don't know quite what it is. One of the spiritual things that we believe is attacking marriage, especially now in this season, are spiritual attacks. And today we're going to talk about that. So welcome to our 8th episode. We're looking forward to sharing some of our experiences of what we believe has happened to us, and hopefully it can be a blessing and help for you all.
Yes.
So I'm going to allow Miss Works to go ahead and tell this story of a dream of an encounter we had, and how has that translated into what you believe is happening happening to our marriage.
Okay. So let me start by saying I completely thought I was going crazy. And the more I see different people on TikTok, the more I see different people share their stories. I'm not afraid to share my story anymore.
Good.
The more that I see people sharing their stories, the more I realize I'm not losing my mind. Okay?
Now, I thought you was now.
Did you? You handled it well. You
I
handled it
was
well.
tired.
You handled it well. So I'm going to tell y'all, I see different things at nighttime. I know what that sound like. I know if I call the doctor, and if I call my doctor, like, hey, doc, like I'm experiencing, like I'm seeing things at nighttime. Like, okay, honey. Okay, no problem. They're going to take my black behind up to the second floor and evaluate me. Okay? So sorry about that. So with that said, now I know that it's spiritual and I'm not losing my mind. At first I thought they were dreams, but they're not. One night, now I got up. I see spiders often. I will wake up and see spiders. I'm not dreaming. I'm not tripping. I know they're not there. They're not there. So this particular night, we laughed about it for months. I woke up and I didn't see ants, but I saw spiders all over my husband's back. Like I woke up like like I'm trying to get him off of him, and I thank God he's not a beater, because I woke him up out of his sleep, beating the hell out of his back,
beating the brakes.
You know
off
what
my
it looked
back.
like? You know how you will see ants and they'll like they'll be on like a piece of a crumb.
Yeah,
all the
whole
ants,
bunch
like
of
all
them.
of them,
Yeah.
they were on my husband just like that. So I got up trying to get him off of him. And this dude rolls over. He was like, "Okay, they did.
I started doing this on the bed, like they did.
So when I woke up, I was like, "Oh my God!" Like I was so
I'm talking about you tore my back up.
I tore him up.
At first, the first time you hit me, I didn't realize I was getting hit. Then the second time you did it, I turned over like, "Is you hitting me?"
I'm beating
and then
that.
you was
I
like,
was
"It's the
trying to
spiders
save
on
you."
So then I'm like, "They did. They gone. They did."
Nah, he was trying to. He was
playing along with you, like
he
they
played
did.
it off like
I'm sleepy as all get out.
Yeah.
Talk about they did.
And I don't think we realized it until the next morning. We laughed. And I remember
Laughed
telling
hard.
someone about that. And we laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. Because, like, he could have been a different dude and smacked the piss about me.
Man, if
And
you don't get off my back.
So, with that said, we did a 40-day fast recently. And in this fast, the spiritual warfare was different this go round.
Yeah.
The spiritual warfare, like I was able to see in the spiritual realm so much different this time. So again, I see spiders around myself all the time. I can't say I trip because I've seen them before.
Yeah.
So I know I'm not crazy now.
Yeah.
I know that this is something that happens.
Yeah.
And I understand to just pray when I see these things.
Yeah, for sure.
So this time with the fasting world, we're going through more than we've ever gone through before.
Man.
And as I'm up at 3:00 in the morning, I'm praying. And as I'm praying, I remember a guy at our church was prophesying over my husband. And he was just telling him, now these are two things that stood out to me, that he was going to be pressed. He was like, you about to be pressed harder than you've ever been pressed in your life.
I remember that.
So I felt like God was showing me that, reminded me of that.
Yeah.
And number two, when I saw all those spiders on you, that was around the same time.
Yeah,
that
it
man,
was.
that was on the
Yes,
same time.
yes, yes.
And thinking back, when I was able to put the two and two together, I felt like God was trying to show me, Jesus spoke in parables.
Yeah.
So we didn't quite understand
Yeah.
all the time. But
Yeah.
when you put things together and you sit there and you pray, you kind of understand, like, okay, my husband is under attack. It is time for me to fight for him. And we're going to fight for each other.
Pause. I thought I was already going through it. When he said that, I was like,
me too.
Bruh.
Me too.
Man, who is you?
Me too.
I want to go in church, hear the word.
Me too.
But in my mind,
he was saying too much stuff, though, that was on point.
I knew I was like, and all I could think about was like, Lord, okay. Hey, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't expect to go through harder season than what we were already currently in.
Right.
I didn't expect that. But
I didn't either.
I was grateful that God gave us the warning. That's how we talking about that in the car. We good. We good.
We
God
are great. Good. We are great. We are great. The things that God has been showing me things for some time now.
Yeah.
I am a serious dreamer.
Yeah.
And the things that I have been seeing in my dream for months.
Yeah.
My husband was about to lose his job. I saw all of it.
Yeah.
I saw all of it, but I also saw that we were going to be all right.
Absolutely.
So in the midst of God showing me all these different things and me seeing different things in spiritual realm, I understand what they are, but I also have to be, we have to be equipped to pray.
For sure.
For each other to get up out of that.
So
no weapon formed against us will prosper. Okay.
So I don't know if you know this. So hopefully I'm not putting you on the spot when I ask you this.
You can.
Did you ever tell me what the spiders meant? What they represented?
When I looked it up, the spiders, from my understanding, was like witchcraft. From my understanding.
Okay.
Because I had someone come in. I had someone tell me one time. Because some of the stuff that I see at nighttime.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a woman came in the shop. She got her hair done, and I didn't exactly tell her what I'd be seeing at nighttime.
Yeah.
But I'm doing her hair. She was like, "You are a seer." I was like, "Okay."
I remember you telling me about this. Yeah.
I was a seer. Exactly. I've heard it kind of, but okay.
My eyes open.
She was like, "You see things that other people don't see. God gave you a gift of sight." She was like, "God gave you the gift like Joseph." She's like, "You're a dreamer and you see things." She says, "Sometimes you see things that other people don't see.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are going to think you crazy. Usually, you know who those people are, and you stop speaking." And I'm like, "Dang, you're right. You're right. I don't speak that. I don't talk that talk to everybody."
Yeah.
Because hell, I would think I was crazy. But now that I understand, somebody in my family has to be very spiritual.
Yeah.
I want to reach out and find out who that was.
Yeah.
This gift came from God, so I'm not going to give it to
there you go.
another person in my family. So it absolutely came from God. But again, with the woman, when she came in there, she was like, the things that you see, she said, you see snakes at nighttime. You see spiders at nighttime. You see, what's the other thing? Cats at nighttime. She said, these are all venomous things to come to hurt you.
Yeah.
She said, you have a bright light, but there's somebody close to you practicing witchcraft on you, and you know who it is. I was like, no, I don't think I know. She was like, oh, you know who it is. I was like, I don't think I know who it is. Well, who the hell you, ma'am, don't talk to me like that, ma'am. But she was like, oh, you know who it is. And I was like, okay. So I just started praying, and I asked God to reveal it. Yeah. And of course it was revealed in dreams because I see those things all the time. That's why when she said the spiders and the snakes and the things like that, she said that was considered witchcraft.
Got it.
So that's why I put that with that. It wasn't me doing my own research.
Yeah.
This is me hearing it from someone else.
I got you. I'm glad you made that clear. Mm-hmm. So from my perspective so we done had a lot of things have happened since last July. This is so crazy because a lot of what we're talking about now started in July. Like we started seeing the things that was getting ready to happen. Like we understood some things about to happen.
It's been a heck of a 6 months,
but
man.
I'm telling y'all, like spiritual warfare in the marriage is the enemy's number one attack on us. And it's an attack on the marriage because before God established the church, before he established laws, before he established anything outside of heaven and earth, the stars, the moon, the sun, the mountains, the grass, the trees, all those things came. Then God created Adam and Eve, and he started building out this path, this journey of us becoming his people. But before anything else came after Adam and Eve, it was the family structure, the dynamics of the family.
Right.
He created man and woman. He told man it's not good for him to be alone and gave him Eve. It has never been the way of God for a man to be alone. Now, because of sin, we are introduced to desires and lusts that we want, and then we go out to go get those things because that's what sin is, all right? And so what I'm grateful for, and why I was telling you this the other day, why I'm so blessed to have you in my life, and why I know you are my wife and you were meant to be, one of the reasons I can say this in year 13 is because the season that I was finna face, one of my hardest moments as a man, I didn't have a woman who was in my life trying to figure out what you did wrong or, bro, what are you doing? Like, you got to get it together. I had a woman that God was able to speak to who eventually started praying for me in the season that we was coming into.
Right.
And so, and when your marriage is being attacked, it's not always the person that you see. It's always some deeper situation happening. For us, it's been, like, I can't even tell you some of the things that we went through. Like, her having that moment at night, like, it's a real thing that's happening. I don't see what's happening. And that's just like our marriage. I don't know what's coming.
Right.
Like I can like something's about to be, or I feel like something ain't right. But she was able to see the attack on me way before it actually happened.
Yeah. It was starting to happen.
Yeah.
It was starting to happen.
And so in your marriage, the greatest blessing is when you are able to pray for each other, especially as a husband, when you have a praying wife, when God can speak to her and share with her what is happening that he can't share with you, or he's not sharing with you because she needs to be in a position of praying over you and covering you. Like having a wife to allow me to be vulnerable, and I'm talking about low, y'all. Like I can't explain to you in words because I don't want to make it about the hardships that we have had because of other things that's been going on that's attacking our marriage. But what I can say is that she allowed me in this season to be at my lowest point of our marriage, and she's been covering me with prayer. She's been talking to me about what she's hearing and what she's feeling. She's encouraging me and she's empowering me. But before she was able to do that, she was able to know by God that something is coming against me. And because of her prayers, even though things were coming, I didn't feel it. Right. I didn't know what was going on. And so we laughed about it that when we woke up, like, bruh, like.
And didn't think about it for months later.
Man,
it was just a joke to us.
Yeah, it just came up. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago that it just came up?
Last week is because I was praying.
Yeah.
And God showed me like,
Yes.
But another thing that I'm going to say too, I thank God for a praying husband, just like you can thank God for a praying wife, because the things that I experienced spiritually, somebody else would have thought I was got doggone nuts and would have been
That's
out.
true. That's true.
Because everybody can't handle that. Some people really gonna make, there ain't no such thing as spiritual warfare, like yada, 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 like you crazy. But with my husband, this dude is gonna pray over me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell about the situation in Texas.
Yeah.
When we were at that Airbnb.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Right hand to God. You hear me? This really happened. Like, this really happened. We get to the Airbnb. It was so cute. It was so nice. It was so clean. But I was like, it's like somebody's watching us.
Yeah.
And Cal was like, nah, ain't nobody watching us. I really feel like somebody's watching us. So he went, he checked around, he looked for cameras. There was no cameras nowhere. I was like, okay. Cute house. But again, nice I felt the way.
Yeah.
There was a baby bed in the doggone room that we were in.
Yeah.
It was a crib. I'm like, oh, that's very cute. They're making sure, it's prepared for everybody.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get there, I doze off. I get sleep paralysis. The moment I get sleep paralysis, I hear a baby in the bed. I know I'm tripping. I'm not going to acknowledge it. I'm not acknowledging it. So I woke up. I look over. Ain't no baby up there. Okay, so, and we were there for about 7 days, okay? So the next time I went to sleep, I'm going to say, when you get sleep paralysis, scientifically, it's supposed to be when you are in your REM sleep.
Yeah.
Scientifically.
Yeah.
Our brain, what they say, the brain paralyzes itself so the body can't do all the things that you're thinking in your dreams or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you can't be fighting, So I understand that. I had to look all this stuff up. Now, at the moment I dozed off, I ain't in no REM sleep, I just dozed off.
Yeah.
It was like a pew. I felt like when I say pew, like the sleep paralysis came on me very light. So this time when it came on me, I'm laying on Calvin, and I'm looking at him. I'm asleep, but it was like I don't know, it was weird. I'm laying on him, and he was like, so you think you belong here? But the funny thing is, I was like, what do you mean by that? He's like, you think you belong here? So when I was able to wake up from that, one thing I noticed, I didn't see his face, only his lips. They were very dark. Calvin got pink lips for a brown man. So it wasn't, I love your lips. So it wasn't, I was like, wait, that wasn't Calvin. So when I woke up, I was like, why did you say that? And he was like, I didn't say anything. Right. Okay. I left it alone. Did not say nothing else. Maybe the next night, I see him on the phone with someone. I got sleep paralysis again. It was like a pink. I got sleep paralysis again. He's on the phone with somebody. And as he's on the phone, he's like, man, I'm about to tear that up. And in my mind, I giggled. I was like, what? Calvin don't talk like that. Like, he would never talk like that. So when I was able to wake up, I was like, babe, who you on the phone with? He's like, I wasn't on the phone. No, it's like this right now. Who you on the phone with? He was like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I went on the phone. Right. Okay. I left that alone.
I have told you that now.
You ain't finna tell nobody else that.
Oh,
You
I
wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't be on the phone telling
You
nobody
wouldn't do that.
But
You would never do that.
I was in
absolutely. But
shit.
but that wasn't you that night.
For sure.
So the next night, I think my little girl started to feel something in the house too. And Zion, like, again, it was a very nice Airbnb.
Yeah.
So Zion came and she slept in a room with us. Now it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. I'm wide awoke. I'm not asleep at all because too many things done happened. I ain't figure sleep paralysis and more time, okay? Zion is in the room with me. Y'all, I see a little girl come in the room, and she's like acting like an airplane. And she came and she got right next to Zion. And I sat up and said, no! And he jumps up. He was like, what happened? I was like, nothing. Nothing happened. Nothing at all. So I sat up, I prayed. I was like, okay, we finna leave anyway, so whatever. And when he did get up, now it's time for us to leave. And I feel like I'm talking the whole time.
No, go ahead, right?
It's time for us to leave. I was like, I need you to pray over this house, Calvin, and pray. I was like, somebody done left their little baby up in here, their little spirit, just walking around the house. Yeah. And, we just going to pray that she goes back home.
Go somewhere.
But she can't come with us. You can't come with us, little pumpkin. She didn't scare me in the house. She just wanted to play with my baby. Yeah. Again, everybody can't handle seeing stuff like that. Yeah. So the crazy thing is, by the time we reached home, Texas is like a 14-hour drive. Yeah. I got sleep paralysis even in the car on the way home, which usually doesn't happen in the car. So as soon as we walked in the house, I was like, "Ooh, thank you, Jesus, we made it home." Like, what the heck? How did I get sick like that? It was such a violent episode of throwing up. And when I told somebody about it the next day, it was like they said it's like you purged something out. So, yeah. But if I didn't have a husband that understood how spiritual I was, he'd have thought I lost my doggone mind. Yeah. Because I was starting to think it too.
I think, and we always talked about this, and I know in our society, in our world, we don't think like this. But everything is spiritual.
Everything is spiritual.
everything.
Now I understand.
Everything is spiritual. And when you are in tune with God, he does reveal to you what's going on. That's why he said we fight against flesh and blood, but principalities.
Right.
Like there are demonic, evil things. Think about the people who do some of the craziest stuff. Like, why would you want to eat a human? Like, why would that ain't random?
Yeah,
That ain't random. Like, and so, and when you're married and you are doing everything you can to protect your marriage, you're going to have evil forces trying to come and break that up. The beauty in this life is that God will allow you, he will reveal to you and warn you what these things are happening and why the two of you should become one. That 40-day fast was like our first moment of coming together as one. She wanted to do a fast, no meat for 40 days. And I'm sitting here like, I did a fast of no food, period, for 5 days. So I don't know. And my wife loves steak. So I'm like, man, I don't know. So I'm going to do it with you because it's better to partner. She led this whole fast, and I only wanted to join with her so she wouldn't do it by herself because I was going to eat meat. But then doing this whole fast, I'm telling you, spiritually we became like this. And so I was always in tune with her. When she pray or when she's feeling some kind of way, I can sense it or feel it.
I always feel it. He always wakes me up.
We can finish up the conversation. It doesn't matter where we at. But now we were going into war, and I was not seeing war. I was just seeing, here's a hard moment in life. Here it comes. But God was telling her, like, nah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Start praying.
Yeah.
And because
start reading that Bible, start praying.
Yes. And because of that, when I tell people this, my wife saved me because I was in a sinking place and did not realize what was going on. And I loved me and God like that. Like I sit and pray and study and do all that. But for whatever reason, I was not in the space to where I can see what was actually happening. God revealed it to my wife. And when we went to that church, the guy, I kid you not, we done been in that church so many times. I have never seen that dude.
He stood out to me.
You know what? I'm lying.
He stood out to me.
He did. Because he'll be at the door. He'll like, hey, what up, fam? Like he knew us. He ain't never stopped us. He ain't never.
He always made me smile when I
never
called him. It was something
that day
bright about him to me.
For sure. That day he stopped us and had a whole conversation with us. Long. And then he hit my chest. I mean, he hit me like, bow.
Bow.
And he was like, you about to be pressed. And then he looked at her. He's like, he don't even know what's about to happen. And at the point, I didn't know. I'm like, but in my mind, I'm like, Lord, this is already hard. What we doing, bro?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, lock in, bro. Help me. But clearly, I was in no position to hear and receive what was happening. And God spoke to my wife. And so, husbands, man, listen, if you're not married, don't just look for the fine chick. I'm sorry, guys. I'm blessed that my wife is fine. I know it.
You're so funny.
She fine. She a boss. She fine and she a boss.
I love
Lord
you.
have
I
mercy.
love you,
And she's spiritual. And I told her, I said, you don't even realize how spiritually you are yet.
I didn't know.
Like it's getting cultivated in her, and she don't even realize it. So
I've had many of people, many of people, church women, like you have no idea, Patrice. Once you become a what they say, once you dedicate your life all the way to God, you gonna be an awesome woman of God.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am a woman of God, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
Not like I thought I was.
Yeah.
When I started walking that walk,
yeah,
the dreams that I have are so absolutely, positively vivid.
Yeah.
When I tell you, let me say something. My husband has even told me one of the reasons why he'll never cheat is because I kick his butt. But God will tell on him.
So let me, because somebody gonna be like,
I know, right?
The only reason why he want to cheat.
Okay. Yeah.
First of all,
he ain't gonna cheat because we love each other. Go.
I respect God too much to do that.
You've
Like
always said
not that. I'm not better than any man.
Right.
All right, because I have my flaws.
We all do.
But I respect God too much to try to do something that would disrespect who he is to me.
Yeah.
I've always said that. I
Yeah.
told her, you need to leave me the moment I don't trust or rock with God no
You
more.
said that like the second week we were together too.
Like if I start tripping and I'll be like, I don't believe in God and all this, leave
He
me.
said leave him.
Because I'm not that dude.
He said leave him.
God has changed my life. Like, so yeah, God has changed my life. That's number one. I want to make sure that's very clear.
Hey, yeah, okay.
But two, most importantly, man, there's a I'll tell you a story.
Let me hear.
There was a time, like, she was tired coming home from work, and Teresa be working like hours. And so we ain't been intimate in a minute.
Oh my God, I forgot.
In a minute. And one day, I let her take a shower. She came home. I said, go take a shower. Boom, boom. So I'm downstairs taking my shower. I'm like, boy, when I get upstairs, I'm going to be down. You know what I'm saying? Oh my, it's been a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, it's
A long time for you was like 2 weeks. Okay, it is a long time.
Listen to
My
what
bad,
you
my
just
bad.
said. 2
I know.
weeks.
I just thought about it.
Shoot.
2 weeks is a long time. Okay.
Man. So I'm over here
8 days.
getting to bed, and I'm talking about just ugly face, just knocked out, sleep.
Damn, I'm
just,
ugly.
I got in that bed, and I ain't say nothing out loud. I swear I didn't. And in my mind, I looked at her like this.
No. This time was at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
But I know. But hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
So I'm looking at her just slob and just sleep. Knowing I done told her it's time me and her to have a nice conversation, right? And so I go to sleep. Eventually I turn TV on, go to sleep. And I just kept looking at her like, and I wanted to wake her up too.
In
like,
disgust.
Just hot. So I don't know what, if you said 3?
About 3 o'clock in the
It
morning.
might have been 3 o'clock in the morning, something like that. It was early in the morning. And I'm in my mind, I was just like, my poor wife ain't, what did I say? My poor.
No, let me tell you. So I thought I heard him say, my poor little wife just ain't intimate. I mean, she just ain't sexual at all lately.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so sorry. And he was like, what? Nothing. Maybe I'm tripping? Nothing.
Yeah.
But no, I heard him say it.
Yeah.
The next morning, I was like, I heard your butt say it last night. And he was like, I didn't say anything. I was like, you weren't mad. But she was like, my poor little wife ain't sexual at all.
I didn't say it out loud at all, y'all.
But he was thinking it.
I was showing up. The moment she said it, that's why I was looking at her like. And so
like, not God let me hear an intrusive thought.
I'm trying to tell you. So I tell my partner, my best friend Q, I told her, I said, hey, bro, listen, dog. I ain't never met nobody like this in a day of my life. I'm telling you, God be snitching.
God needed me to hear that.
God be.
That was important for me to hear.
Oh, I'm glad he told you.
Yeah, God was like, all right, girl.
But I said-
I know you working a lot. You better handle that.
Hey, I said, bro,
You better give my son some.
I ain't never in my life. Like, bro, I told him,
forgot
I
about
said, bro,
that.
I was thinking it, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking it.
And then I heard the tone. He wasn't even mad.
I wasn't
the
mad.
thought wasn't mad.
Yeah, I wasn't
but
even
I
mad.
absolutely heard the thought.
What's that movie, Encanto? Is it Encanto?
Encanto? Yeah.
With a little girl that can hear everything?
Yeah, but she can't hear thoughts.
Man, that's how
She
you
can hear a
was.
pin drop, but she can't hear thoughts.
I was like, bro. I said, hey, dog, listen to me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't, bro. I'm telling you, like,
My kids know.
like
Most of my clients know.
And then I be looking at people, I be like, when Tree say something, I 100% believe her.
Yeah.
And sometimes she'll say something, I'll be looking at her like, ooh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't say nothing. But 9 times out of 10, like, she be on it.
I had a dream once. And you know how the dreams be like, if I could be a fly on that wall?
Mm-hmm.
That's how the dream was. In the dream, it was a bunch of people in the cafeteria. They looked like they were on a lunch break or something. But one of the women was saying how Cobb was never supposed to end up with me. I was never supposed to be who he ended up with. He was supposed to be with someone else. And when I got up, I didn't think twice about it. So I didn't mention it to my husband.
I remember that.
I didn't mention it to my husband.
Yeah.
And the young lady the next day called me, and she was like, "Hey, do you mind if I'm friends with such and such?" I was like, "I don't care." She was like, "Okay," because we was at work yesterday talking, And we were at lunch and we were talking about me being friends with this young lady. And I know that, yeah. So in my mind, I was like, that's not all y'all talked about.
Pretty much.
That's not all y'all talked about. And I never told a single soul what I dreamed.
Yeah.
Like, you guys were in the cafeteria, like I dreamed, talking about Calvin's supposed to be with somebody else.
Yeah. Ain't that something?
Mm-hmm. Even my kids.
Yeah.
Like, don't play with me, y'all. And my kids, I have always known that if I dream it, I may not know what's happening yet.
Yep.
But it's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God be snitching on y'all. Y'all better stop talking about Patrice.
You hear me?
God be telling her.
These clients come in acting like they sweet on me. I'm like, you can't stand me, girl. Boy. I can feel it all coming off your scalp.
Man.
You don't like me. I can feel all that.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, essentially.
Sex relationship stuff.
This is, like, we don't want you to be scared.
No.
Like, we want you to buckle down in prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're going to do another fast at some point. We want to invite couples to fast with us.
Yeah.
Because
it don't have to be 40 days.
It don't have to be 40 days. But the marriage has to be so strong that no matter what comes towards you, you got God with a hedge of protection around your marriage. You have your love as another layer of protection. Mm-hmm. You have your prayer as another level of protection. You have the Holy Spirit as another level of protection. So by the time anything tries to even get close to you, you don't feel it. And you just look like, man, it just feel like some things happen, but God protect us. Since July 2025, right hand of God, I have never experienced such a hard financial season. I have never experienced some of the things that we have experienced in my life. But if I was to tell you, we don't look like what we going through. Mm-mm. And the only reason I know we're going through it is because we are in spiritual mode where we're praying and we see that things are coming and we're like, all right, God, we're praying. Like when we get done with this, we got to pray. Like God is with us. He's with you, but you have to have a marriage that's built on God as a strong foundation because it ain't going to be for women. It ain't going to be this fine chick that's thick or that's nasty that's trying to, like that may happen, but that ain't nothing compared to what the devil is trying to do to separate you all, because once he could separate you all, you're not as strong together. You are stronger together. Together.
Yeah.
But if he can get you to start looking at something that has nothing to do with nothing, and he separates y'all, you gotta say that. It's gonna be tough, fellas. It ain't the dude that is trying to get your wife attention that's worse than the enemy trying to get you to see something about your wife that is irrelevant, that is minute, that has nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah.
If he could separate y'all two, he gonna win. And so the fight in the marriage, this spiritual warfare that is happening, is really to cause you to get on your knees and pray with each other and ask God to guide you. And it's not about I'm the man, so God, you talk to me first, or I'm the more spiritual when I've been in church longer than you, so God should be, I had a help. No. God, whoever you can get to him. And let's start praying, because the enemy does not want the marriage to work. This is why we have fatherless homes. This is why we have more men and women in the prison. This is why the court system should not be involved. Like, we have so many demonic things happening to keep the family separated, that when the male and the husband and wife is separated, the kids do not have the proper parenting they need to grow up. And then they deal with all the headache and the trauma that comes up. And so now they begin to parent based on the trauma rather than based on the parenting that they received when two people were together. It's a recycled thing. And so your finances is not the problem. Your intimacy is not. These are symptoms of the root of the issue. But you getting spiritually attacked and don't have someone you can pray to and fast and read the Bible, it's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be very.
It's not enough money in the world that can help and change that. And as the old folks say, if you have not experienced that, keep on living. Keep on living. But we wanted to share this so that those who are currently fighting spiritually know that you're not alone, one. And two, that yes, the enemy wants to destroy your marriage. He wants to destroy your union. He wants to separate the two. But prayer, fasting, and God and your word will get y'all to be to stronger together, so that when this season passes, and it will pass, the enemy will flee. You will be able to be stronger for other people who are in marriage. You start praying for them, and then you can see how strong you two really are and how you can fight through anything.
Yep. I'm going to tell one more story real quick.
Go ahead, baby.
Okay. When we went to Mexico this summer, we you gonna make you dance? It's like Jamaica. We went to Mexico. That's like Jamaica. Jamaica too. But when we went to Mexico, for some reason, now we went to this hotel as soon as we got there. What was that at?
We went to like a Hampton.
Yeah, but what part of Mexico?
Oh,
I guess it doesn't really matter.
We were where were we?
Coming in from the airport.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. In a hotel. So in the hotel, Cancun. There was so much spiritual warfare in that hotel room. I felt tortured the entire night.
I remember you saying that, and I was like,
I
man,
felt tortured all night
Yeah.
long. I was so tired.
Yeah.
Something in that room would not let me rest at all.
Yeah.
By the time we reached wherever we were going to the retreat that we went to,
Yeah.
I slept like a baby. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. I was actually scared to go to another hotel because I was like, I don't know what spirits is up in here.
Yeah.
So we went back, and it was time for us to go back home.
Yeah.
We stayed in that same hotel, not the same room,
Yeah.
but the same hotel, and I was outright tortured
Yeah.
the whole time I was in there by different spirits and seeing different things. And I've tried putting gospel music on. I put comedy on TV.
Yeah.
I put sleep music on.
Yeah.
Nothing worked. You know what worked? He had to get up and use the bathroom. And I didn't want to wake him up.
Yeah.
But he got up and used the bathroom. And I think he could just feel
Yeah.
that I was not okay. Because it's like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
He sat there. He prayed over me.
Yeah.
And as he's praying, I peacefully went on and got some sleep.
Come on now.
Yeah, you do it every time.
Yeah.
Every time I have something going on, and like the spiritual warfare
Yeah.
or whatever going on, you always seem to know.
Yeah.
All I need is that touch from your big, beautiful brown hand.
Come on now.
You touch me, you pray over me, and I'm always able to peacefully go back to sleep.
I hear. And
You need somebody to be your peace, man.
listen. Yeah. Prayer is a wonderful tool. It's a much needed tool. And yeah.
You're my peace, man.
So
I love
listen,
you.
if you're not a prayer, like you don't pray strong, or you don't know how to pray correctly yet, Pastor Hannah, our pastor, New Life in Chicago, he has a prayer Lord, a prayer CD, audio. I'm trying to put
It's
to
on
work.
Apple Music.
It's on
It's
Apple
on
Music.
few
You can
things.
download it and just
Put them prayers on.
put it in there. Now, I'm gonna say this because I think some people need to understand this. Our pastor does speak in tongue. There's some other people in the audio who speaks in tongues that he may have. Tongues is a gift, and so if you're not used to people speaking in tongues, don't let it scare you. Don't let it worry you. It could for some people it's different because it's like I don't know what they're saying, this, that, and the other. Our pastor is a true man of God.
He is.
And so I welcome you to download that as something that you can play softly in the background while you're going to sleep in your house, in your room, if you don't have the ability to pray, because you want to set the atmosphere of your house to let God come in, because God has given you dominion over your house. And in order for him to legally come into your space, you need to ask him and invite him in. And that's why prayer is important. It's a communication tool to say, God, I'm giving up my authority here and asking you to come in and deal with it the way you need to for your glory.
I'm sorry, you have to look up The Light Year. It's a live prayer by John F. Hanna.
Don't
look up Pastor Hanna. Look up John F. Hanna.
Yeah, The Light Year.
The Light Year.
It's a couple of prayers on there, and I done heard
Just
her.
let them play.
Just press play, and I just listen to it, and then we be like, amen. We hold each other hands, squeezing. Just so we just want to put that out there. There's nothing wrong if spiritual warfare is happening towards your marriage. It's actually a sign that you are in a midst of something trying to attack you. That's when you go to God in prayer and say, hey, we need you. It is not uncommon for that to happen. At the same time, this world is spiritual, and I know we're not taught that, we don't see it, but this world is spiritual. And so you need to be as strong together spiritually, more than you are financially stable, more than you are intimately connected, more than you are professionally connected. You need to be more connected spiritually, because there are things coming against your marriage. And the only way to fight spiritual warfare is with spiritual tools, prayer, fasting, the word of God, and get at it, because your future depends on it.
That's right.
All right?
Read that Bible.
Read that Bible. Hey, this was good.
That's what. Yeah. That's very good.
So this episode 8 of the Love Works podcast, we enjoyed this video, and I hope that it was a good video for you. And I'm going to let Miss Works do her thing.
So, if you have made it this far, thank you so much. You're
Yes.
a real star.
A star.
You a star. Like, subscribe, keep us in that algorithm, y'all.
Yeah.
Hit that little button to where it can ding, 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 ding
Let
whenever
you know.
something new come on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say this: I love you,
I love you too.
and love works when
You work it.
you work it. You guys have a beautiful night. Mwah.